And good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. Today we are going to be talking again about nutrition. Now, why is that? Because Hippocrates, who is the father of Western medicine, said, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. Now, the article that I'm going to talk to you about today is a article about micronutrition and macronutrition. So what does that mean? Your macronutrition is what you are, it's your food group. So like your dairy, your protein, your carbohydrates, your fruit. Those are the kind of macronutrients. Your micronutrients are your trace elements, your vitamins, your minerals, all those kind of things. And so there is a doctor, and his name is, his last name is Furman. I don't see his first name here. He is a 7-time New York best-selling author, all right? And he is a medical doctor. So he has seen firsthand the medical profession, the pharmaceutical profession, and he's really focusing on health. And his comment and his opinion is that the standard American diet and lifestyle are killing people, but the cure is deliciously simple. And so why is that? Because food is the cure. Now, the problem we have with our food today is our food is not as nutritionally dense as we would like it to be. We all, to one extent or another, have gut issues. So if we have gut issues and we're not absorbing our nutrition, then we may think that we're eating well. We may think that we've got the right color plate and all that kind of thing, which yay for us for trying so hard. However, just because we eat the right thing doesn't mean we're going to get it into the system, which is why I have a lot of show and tell today. I like this scanner. This is the Biophotonic scanner. You take this little cap off here. You put your hand right here. Well, it's wrong hand. You take your hand, you wrap it around that laser just like that, and you hold it for about 30 seconds. And what this laser does is it measures how much of the fruits and vegetables that you are eating is actually being translated into antioxidants in your body. Now, what is an antioxidant? An antioxidant is a chemical that stops the free radical damage in your body. What is free radical damage? Free radical damage is like rust on a vehicle or like rust on steel. Well, maybe not steel, but your metals. It causes deterioration. Well, free radicals in the body cause deterioration as well. And so what we want to do is we want to get everybody absorbing all of their nutrition. Why? So that they can be healthy. That is my goal. That is why I got into this business, is so that I could help people restore their health. One of the things that happened to me back in the day, if you know my story, in 1998, my husband was diagnosed with cancer. Now, he was a runner. He was not overweight. He ate very well, but he was diagnosed with cancer. We did not know about holistic. And so we did what most Americans do, and we went through the traditional therapies for cancer. And sadly, my husband died in May of 1999. Now, that was a real shock to me. That was a real traumatic event for me. And that spurred me, what could I have done differently if I had known differently? We did not know about holistic health. We did not know about any of this kind of stuff. We did not know about the immune system, other than we never were sick. And so we thought our immune system was good. So with the scanner that I just showed you, I'm going to show you something else with my little iPad here. Now, I've covered up the name to protect, we'd like to protect everybody's privacy. But you can see here that this person, you see in the red, this is how this person scored. You can see that there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Purple is where I want you to be. Now, most people scan in the red or the orange. Now, why? Why is that? Because they don't have enough integrity in their gut that they're able to absorb all of their nutrition, or the fact that our nutrition is so poor, our food is so poor nutritionally that we're not able to intake enough of the good stuff in order for us to be able to have all the nutrients that we need to be healthy. So, what do we do about that? Well, we can do a lot of things. We can juice our fruits and vegetables. You can do probably 4 pounds of carrots to make 1 8-ounce glass of carrot juice. You're not going to eat 4 pounds of carrots in a week. I'm just telling you, you're not going to do it. But if you juice it, you're going to be able to drink it. So the more you commit to juicing your fruits and vegetables, the more intake you're going to get. The people that do a lot of juicing, they have a higher score. We want to get your score up into the 80s. Why, or 90s? Why is that in the purple? Why is that? Well, that is because if we get you up in that range, you're going to have all the nutrients you need to keep yourself healthy. Is what keeps you healthy? Your body, your immune system keeps you healthy. The antioxidants that your body makes from the food that you ingest keeps you healthy. If you have a poor immune system, if you have low or no antioxidants, then you're going to have a problem. That's what this scan will show us, is where your antioxidant level is. So most people, when they come in, like I said, they're in the red or they're in the orange, and some say that they eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Some say they don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. This might be a 2-part video because I don't have all of the documentation I wanted to have, but there is a list of nutrient value in fruits and vegetables that shows how the food has deteriorated from 1985 to 2002, I think it is. For example, a banana has 93% less nutrition. So that means it's lost almost all of its nutrient value. Why is that? Because of the way we, as industrial farmers, the way we treat the ground, the way we harvest the fruits and vegetables. We harvest them when they are not ripe. We gas them to ripen them. And so when you do that, you're not letting them mature in the way that they need to, and you are turning fruits and vegetables, which should be alkaline, right? You turn them into acidic foods. And so when they are acidic, when you take them in, then you are going to see that your urine pH, your saliva pH is way, way low, very, very acidic. When your urine pH is so low, then you're not able to absorb your nutrients. So it all kind of works together. So this is why I love my scanner, because my scanner will show me where you are. Now, with the food being less dense, then we've got to supplement appropriately. Even if you're juicing all the time, which I applaud you for doing that. And I know we have a lot of people that come in, and the people that do the juicing, they do have a higher score. So hallelujah for that. I did meet a lady on Saturday, and she had been in medical treatment for over 2 years. She had a mass on her thyroid. She had to have a pacemaker. She had liver disease. She had kidney failure. She had lung issues. She was pre-diabetic, and she was wearing Depends. Now, she's 44 years old, and she's wearing Depends. Now, that's horrible. I don't care if you're 100 years old, you don't want to be wearing Depends, right? So what was her problem? The doctors couldn't find out anything. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. Somebody like me, wasn't me, but somebody like me pulled her aside and said, honey, come here. We're going to put you on this nutritional package, and it's going to do some really good things. Now, in 3 months, she's no longer in Depends. She's no longer pre-diabetic. She's no longer in liver failure. She's no longer in kidney failure. All right, this is amazing. So, did the supplement package heal her, cure her? No. Nothing will heal you or cure you except your own immune system. But what this supplement package did is it put in the antioxidants that she needed, right? And those antioxidants did what it needed to do with the free radicals. It squashed them so the body had the power to heal. So what did she do? Well, she did Life Pack Elements. Now, this is really important. Why? Because these are powdered. You put it in a little bit of water, like 4 ounces. You drink it, and it gives you all the nutrition that you need. I do this with people that are 50 or under. If you're over 50, you need something more, okay? But these are Scanner Score certified. What does that mean? That means when you do this little scanner, right, your number's in the red, you come back after doing this for 90 days, your needle is going to go up toward the purple. Will you be in the purple? I can't promise you that, but I can promise you that you will be better. Now, why is that? Because in these vitamins are the carotenoids from the food that you absorb that turn into antioxidants. And it is the antioxidants that help you renew your immune system so that you can do better. If you're like me and you're over 50, we recommend these. Now, these are in a pill form. That's what they look like right there. Why do we recommend these if you're over 50? Well, because if you're over 50, then you've got a lot more free radical damage, and these are much more powerful than the other ones. 8,000 peer-reviewed studies that prove that you absorb these and they do what they say they do. Now, I'm going to show you this. You can see here on this graphic, here, other side here, your nutrients are too large to be absorbed, especially your fatty nutrients, your fatty vitamins. In the nanotechnology here, it's all broken down, so it's easily absorbable. This is what my husband and I take. Why is that? Because we're older and we want to live long, we want to live strong. We don't want to be on medication. We don't want to have any diagnosis and that kind of thing. And so this is what we do. I'm just telling you, that lady, 44 years old, in Japan, was taking these products. Did these products heal her? No. Her body healed her. All right, so I want to just encourage you, because we're going to talk about the blue zone people. Now, I'm just going to tell you, there are no blue zone people here in the United States. All right, the blue zones are places in the world where people live much, much longer. They live in their 90s and beyond, and also in their 100s and beyond. Now, it's called the blue zone because when they were looking for all of the older people in the world, they circled on the map in a blue Sharpie, and so they named it the blue zone. So that's why we call it the blue zones. So where are these magic places, right? Icaria in Greece, they eat mostly a Mediterranean diet, rich in olive oil, red wine, and homegrown vegetables. In Sardinia in Italy, they also are in the blue zone. Okinawa, Japan is in the blue zone. Costa Rica is in the blue zone. Now, why is this? Because they are a mountainous region and people work outside and they do a lot of exercise and that kind of thing. And then in the United States, there's one place, and it's Loma Linda, California. And why is that? Because there is a large population of Seventh-day Adventists, and they are a very religious community. They're very strict vegetarians, and they have a lot of social support. So if you want to live in a blue zone here in the United States, you need to move to Costa Rica, California. All right. So the blue zones, according to the research, have an extremely high rate of people who live over 90 years old. Genetics probably accounts for only 20 to 30% of your longevity. That means you can only rely on your genes so much. It is the other influences in your life, your lifestyle, the food you eat, the community you hang out with, the toxicity in your environment, all of those play a much larger role in whether you're going to live long, live strong, right? Or whether you're going to die and be sick. Okay, so in America, I think the statistics are only 5% of the American population is at its ideal weight. That's not very many. Okay. We normally, not we, because we're smart, we don't eat the standard American diet. What is the standard American diet? It's a lot of carbohydrates. It's a lot of processed food. It's a lot of food that has absolutely no nutrition in there. And so if we eat that, if we're uninformed and we eat that, we live in a toxic community. Everything we wear has synthetics in it. The food has synthetics in it. Our chemicals have some synthetics in it. Our makeup, all that kind of stuff. Our cleaning products have chemicals in it. So we live in a very toxic environment. If our body functions the way it should, we are a flow system. What goes in comes out. All right, we don't hold on to it. But when we're heavy, when we've got a weight issue, that is because the body is not able to get rid of the toxicity. So the body, being a survival mechanism, will push that toxicity into the fat cells, and you're going to wear your toxicity. We have many, many people come in, but Dr. Polly, I eat right. I'm sure you do, but you're not processing properly. And so that's why you need to. All right. So the blue zone people primarily eat a 95% plant-based diet. Now that really hurts my heart because I love my steak. Y'all know that. I'm a Texas girl. I love my steak and I feel really good when I eat it. I've got that kind of blood type that just needs all that protein. However, you should not do it every day. You should not even do it every week. Okay. Not all of these groups are strict vegetarian, but they only tend to eat meat about 5 times per month. So they do adopt more of a vegetarian diet. All right. In the blue zones, they eat mainly their fruits and vegetables because of their fiber. They eat a lot of legumes, which is their peas, their beans, their lentils, their chickpeas, all that kind of stuff. Why is that? Because when you eat that, it is associated with lower mortality rate. 12 trusted studies for that bit of information. Whole grains, not processed grains, but whole grains are rich in fiber, okay? An intake of whole grains can reduce blood pressure and is associated with reduced cholesterol, reduced colorectal cancer, and death from heart disease. Now, I just want to give you a little caveat here. Our whole grains that are processed here in the United States are harvested in an industrial environment. They're harvested by having Roundup sprayed on them twice during harvesting. That means the grain is contaminated with glyphosate. Glyphosate is a heavy metal. We don't want to have that. So I'm going to give you a little caveat here. If you're going to do whole grains, you want to make sure that they are organic. That means they've not been sprayed. They don't have the heavy metals in there, and it's much, much healthier for you. Nuts. I love nuts. Nuts are a great source of fiber, protein, and polyunsaturated and monosaturated fats. Combined with a healthy diet, they're associated with reduced mortality rate and may even reverse metabolic syndrome. What is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome is any chronic autoimmune disease and cancer. So what is the fastest growing disease that we have? It's heart failure, diabetes, cancer, right? So we don't want to have that. I don't want to have that. You don't want to have that. And so we want to make sure that we change our diet, change our lifestyle so that we don't do that. Eating fish. A lot of people don't eat enough fish, but if you eat fish, it is associated with a slower brain decline in old age and reduced heart disease. This is from about 60 trusted research studies. That's a lot. That's a lot of information there. Nobody's going to like to hear this. But another thing all of these blue zone people have in common is that they follow the 80% rule. What is the 80% rule? They stop eating when they are 80% full. They don't wait till they're full. And scientifically, you may or may not know this, it takes about 20 minutes from the time you finished your food for that hormone that signals your brain that you're full. So if you can stop eating before you're full, 20 minutes later, you're not going to have to unbutton your jeans and be miserable because you've overeaten. Okay. So they did a study, a 25-year study, and they found that eating 30% fewer calories led to a significantly longer life. So that's really, really important. All right. The Okinawans, they suggest that before 1960, they were in such a calorie deficit. They were eating fewer calories than they required, which may have contributed to their longevity. So I like fish. I don't like every fish, but we try and eat fish at least once a week. So we want to make sure that we do that. If you stop eating at 80%, when you're 80% full, then you're not going to be overeating, and it's going to help with the battle of the bulge. Okay, so we don't want to have that excess weight. Why? Because that's where the body pushes the toxins into the fat cells, and so we don't want to do that. Studies have shown that eating slowly can reduce hunger and increase feelings of fullness compared with eating rapidly. So we want to sit down, we want to eat, we want to make it a social occasion that we enjoy mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and we want to enjoy our food. I learned a new word yesterday, umami. Okay, never had heard that word before, but it is all about being delicious. Now, we can be delicious in our personality. We can be delicious in our environment. We can be delicious with our food. But if we're using our food, we just don't want it to taste delicious. We want the whole experience to be delicious. So I want you to kind of incorporate that into your mindset, okay? So want to just kind of look at that. Velma, thank you. She's asking about organ meats. Organ meats are very high in iron, which I learned in my classes. However, kidneys and livers are filters. So I don't want to eat an organ that has been a filter food. That's just my own personal opinion. If they're organic, then okay. If you like liver, okay. I don't eat scavenger food. So like I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat lobster. I don't eat catfish. Why? Because it is a scavenger food. I don't eat pork because it is a scavenger food. That's my personal belief system. That's what I do. You can do what you need to do. But organ meats are the same. Your kidneys are a filter. Your liver is a filter. So I'm not going to go into my home and take my air conditioning filter out and make a sandwich out of that, right? It's the same kind of thing with your organ meats, in my opinion. Think about it. Think about what your lifestyle is. Think about what your belief systems are, and then you can make your own decision for what is good for you. The blue zone people also fast regularly. Now, I know that a lot of people will do intermittent fasting. I'm all good with intermittent fasting, but intermittent fasting can be done in a number of ways. I personally fast one day every week. I do that for a lot of reasons. I do it for spiritual reasons, but I do it also for health reasons. I think it just helps my body do what it needs to do. We have a process in the body called autophagy. Autophagy is when you're not eating and your body has the energy to push forward and clean up all the toxic debris in your body. When you fast, you encourage autophagy, so we want to do that. The Acarians, normally a Greek Orthodox Christian religious group, they have multiple periods of fasting throughout the year. So that might be why they are in the blue zone. All right. One study showed that religious holiday fasting led to lower blood cholesterol and lower BMI, which is your body mass index. All right. Other types of fasting have been known to reduce your weight, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and many other risk factors from chronic disease in humans. And so that's what we want to do. We want to stop that. Intermittent fasting is included in this. It involves fasting for certain hours of the day or certain days of the week, and fasting mimicking, which involves fasting for a few consecutive days each month. All right. Another thing that these blue zone people do is that they consume alcohol in moderation. So the best thing to drink, if you are going to drink, is red wine. I think we all probably knew that. But the statistics show that if you overdrink, then you're contributing to mortality. And so we don't want to do that. And we're not encouraging that at all. Now, why is red wine your best drink if you're going to drink alcohol? Because it has antioxidants in it from the grapes. Why? Because the grapes are red. It's got a lot of carotenoids in it. Your body absorbs the carotenoids, turns them into antioxidants. The antioxidants stop the free radicals. The data shows that the antioxidants stop the DNA damage that contributes to aging. So that's something that we want to look at. All right. I know I'm running out of time. I did want to talk to you about your BMI. Okay, I told you this might be 2 programs, and I think I've got a ton of information here, so I think we're going to continue this next week. But your body mass index, what is your body mass index? That is how much weight you're carrying around your waist. So you might not be into calculations, and that's okay, because you can go on Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever browser you use, and you can put in there that you want to do a BMI calculator. You want to find a BMI calculator. You put in your weight, you put in your height, boom, shakalaka, it's just right there. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way, I'm going to give you the formula, okay? They do it in kilograms. So if you're not metric, if you're doing it in ounces, I'm going to tell you that way, because we're here in the United States. Most of us are still in the imperial measurement, not the metric measurement. So to get your body mass index, you take your weight in pounds, you multiply it by 703. I don't know why that's the magic number, but that's what you do. Then you divide it by your height squared in inches, right? So let's say you're 5'3". That would be 63 inches, right? So figure that out, do your math there. And then you take your weight times 703 divided by your height in inches squared. That will give you your body mass index. So if your BMI is less than 18.5%, then you are underweight. Not many people are underweight. Your normal BMI is 18.5 to 24.9. I think I'm a 23, so I'm on the upper side. Okay, I could stand to lose a bit. So, but my body mass index is in line with what it needs to be. It is in normal. Overweight is 25 to 29.9, and then obese is 30 or more. Okay, so a woman, your waist measurement, if I remember right, your waist measurement needs to be less than 34 inches. For a man, your waist measurement needs to be less than, I think it's 38 inches. It might be 36. Anyway, those are some guideline numbers so that you can kind of see where you are. You want to be in a healthy range. If you are overweight, and 5% of the American population, according to the statistics, are at their normal weight. So more than likely, you're at a little bit more than that, okay? Unless just the 5% smart people listen to me, right? So if our body mass index is too big, then we are overweight. If we're over 30, we are obese. If we are obese, we're twice as likely to be diabetic than the normal person. If we are diabetic, and diabetes is on the rise, people. Diabetes is one of our fastest growing chronic illness that we have. If we are a diabetic, then our risk of cancer increases by 4. All right? So health and nutrition is really, really, really important. You might not have the energy to juice and cut and do all that with your vegetables. That's okay. We've got these vitamins, right? You don't even have to be close to me. You drop me a message with your phone number, I will text you a link that you can order these. You can order them at wholesale pricing, and they'll be delivered right to your door. And I'm just going to tell you, when I did my scan with this scanner, and I do a lot for myself and I eat healthy, my score was not great. I mean, it wasn't in the red or the orange, but it was not great. I was pretty disappointed. I started taking these vitamins, and within 90 days, my score was in the purple. And so, if it works for me, it can work for you. And it's easy. They come in a pack. You take a pack in the morning, you take a pack in the evening, it's done. You don't have to worry about it. We still want you to eat properly. We still want you to eat healthy. But these particular vitamins do all the hard work for you so that your body can repair itself. Your body has the nutrition, the fuel that it needs to repair itself. Think about your vehicle. You're not going to put orange juice in your vehicle. You're not going to put milk in your vehicle. Why is that? Because your vehicle was not designed to run on orange juice or milk, right? Your body, my body, was not designed to run on processed food. My body was not designed to run on nutritionally shallow, right? Nutritionally thin foods. My body was designed to run on nutritionally dense foods. So do yourself a favor, do your research, look at all the things that you could do differently. Why? Because you want to be in your body. You want to be happy. You want to be healthy. You don't want to be on prescriptions. You don't want to have sickness and disease. And if you do that, then we can definitely send you what we need to send you. Don't post on this. Send me a private message and I will send you a link. You'll just have to click on that link, fill out your information. It'll come right to you. And I'm just going to encourage you to do that because you know what? This lady that I met, 44 years old, no longer in liver failure, no longer in kidney failure, no longer having any kind of need for medication because her body got the fuel it needed in order to heal itself. So if that doesn't make you a happy camper, I just don't know. It is the weekend. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for honoring me with your time. I respect that. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And I just appreciate you. It's a weekend. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Do a lot of self-care. And I will see you next week. Take care.